Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Ellen, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with you my recent sewing makes as well as my plans for what I'm going to make in the next couple months. If you are new here, please subscribe as well as checking me out on Instagram at MaryEllen_home. I share a lot more daily content there about my garden as well as sewing and sometimes food. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with what I've made recently. It's quite a few things, and most of these were made in April or May, but probably a little bit in March as well. I'll go ahead and start off with what I'm wearing now. It is the Peppermint Patterns in the Folds magazine collab. I think they have an ongoing kind of collaboration. They release a couple of new patterns a month, and they asked for a donation. So I downloaded this a while ago, and I hadn't cut into it yet, but it's the wrap top, and yeah, there we go. I made it out of this really pretty rayon. It's like a lavender with these gold and like black and white flowers. It's really pretty, and I love how it fits. It's it was really pretty easy too. It has a lot of drape, this fabric does, so it kind of gives it a different look rather than a linen or something a little bit more structured. So yeah, I love this. I'll throw up what size I made. I can't remember. It's a lettered size chart, so I'll throw that up on the screen as well as a picture of the like a photo of the pattern from the website. My next make is the Copen pattern. I made a black linen version of the dress with a different sleeve. I'll throw up a picture of that as well. And I kind of needed an updated black dress, so I decided to whip this up. It only took me like a day or two. I love the Copen pattern. It is a great pattern, and it's really versatile, and you can really change it however you want and kind of get creative with it. So I wanted to do a different sleeve, and I wanted like a puff sleeve, so I pretty much took the sleeve pattern, I cut it off at the lengthened shortened lines, then I just like made it wider, probably by like 5 or 6 inches, and that gave me a lot more ease room, really gathering. And then I made a channel at the hem, and I'm gonna put some elastic in, and I made that in a size 4 on her size charts. Next thing that I want to talk about is the Carolyn pajamas. I made this in a really nice light blue floral, like a silky kind of fabric. I got it at Joann, and I'll pop up a picture. And I made it in a size 10 in the top and a size 12 in the bottoms. I made View C, so the shorts, and I lengthened these shorts by 2 inches because I wanted it to sit up higher on my waist. And I opted for a drawstring waist instead of the elastic, and I love them. They're super comfy, and I really like sewing that pattern. So yeah. So the next thing that I made is a vintage pattern. It is a Butterick pattern, I believe. I don't think I have the pattern envelope with me. Story of my life. I'll throw up what number it is. It is a tiered dress, like a summer dress, and I made it in a blue gingham earlier as a toile, and so I made it again in this, I would call it vintage red linen. It was my grandmother's, and she had never cut into it, never washed it, so I made it out of that, and it was not quite enough fabric for the view that I sewed, so I had to go buy some extra linen, and luckily I was able to find some that was a really pretty close color match. You can definitely tell that it's 2 different fabrics when you look up close to it, but I think it matches enough, and I'm not too worried about it. I'll pop up a picture, and I believe I made the largest size, so I think it's size 16 from the pattern. Next up, I made 2 of the Seamwork Orlando tops. I love these. I believe I made a size 10, and I made them in a white jersey as well as a light blue jersey. Throw up a picture. This was a really easy, quick make, and I love the way they fit and feel. They're really comfortable, and it just kind of elevates the basics in my wardrobe. I kind of realized I didn't have a lot of nicer, more basic items, so that's why I made them, and I love them. Next up, I made the Seamwork Dorian shorts in this really pretty green linen. I made a size 12, and I didn't make any adjustments, and I love them. They're so comfortable. I'll throw up a picture. I was inspired by the model, the color that she sewed. It's the same kind of green, like an olivey type of green. Either way, I love them. The one thing that I did do differently is my buttonhole maker my buttonhole foot was being a little tricky, so it ended up jamming, or the thread kind of made a bird nest while I was trying to make the buttonhole. So I just put a hook and eye, essentially, that I had taken off a pair of pants that I got from the Goodwill. Next up, I made the Mona trapeze dress from fabricstore.com, and I made this in a really, really pretty, like a orange floral type pattern. It's a cotton, and I made the largest size, I believe, and it was a really easy make. I love the way it turned out. I messed up a little bit on the back closure. It's a button closure with like a loop. And I didn't really read the instructions all the way through before I started sewing it, so I pretty much made it too wide, so it kind of pulls when I close it. So I'll have to go back and fix that. I might even put a little tie on it with some make some bias tape from the leftover fabric that I have. I think that would be cute. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that because I don't think the button is going to work. But anyway, it's still totally wearable, and I've worn it a couple times already. I love it. It's great, and it has pockets. Alright, the last thing that I made is the Sew This Pattern Sangria dress. Fantastic pattern. Love the dress. It's comfy, it's flattering, and it's beautiful. So I'll throw up a picture. I made it in this really pretty blue and white patterned knit. It has a slight stretch, so it was fine to sew for this pattern since it does call for woven fabrics, but I didn't make any changes and it turned out great. So I will definitely be making this again in a woven because I would love to have, you know, one of each and kind of compare to how they fit and feel. But yeah, really easy to sew, great instructions. I love Annie. She makes great patterns, so I will make sure to link that in the description as well as all of the other patterns that I've talked about. Alright, moving on to my sewing plans for this summer. I have a little list so I don't forget. First thing up is the Friday Pattern Company square neck top. I picked this up in my local fabric store and I just love it. I want to sew it in. I have this white woven fabric. It's like a thicker, it's not a cotton, not a linen, but somewhere in between. And then possibly sew it in a linen. I have a light blue and this really pretty lavender. Not sure which I'm going to do yet. And then hopefully if I have enough left over, this fabric that I sewed the Mona trapeze dress in. I think it would be really cute sewn up with this pattern. Alright, next up is the McCall's 8035 View B. And I'll pop up a picture. So I want to make two pieces from this pattern, a shirt and a dress. So the dress, I have this really beautiful floral fabric. I'll pop up a little clip of it. I don't have it with me here, but it's just beautiful. So I think that would look really nice with this pattern. And then I have this really pretty like slate blue bubble gauze. here it is. It's a little bit brighter on camera, but so is everything else. But it's beautiful. And I got 1.5 yards. I'm gonna do the same view beat, but just cut it off at around like between the waist and the hip. Not quite sure where yet, so I'll probably make it a little bit longer and then figure out my hem after I try it on. But I think I've seen on Instagram a lot of people, well, a couple that have made this pattern as a top, and a couple people have done the bubble gauze, so that's where I got that inspiration. I'll pop up a little video of me scrolling. Next up is the Megan Nielsen Kotslow swimsuit. It's a high waist, kind of like bandeau top, I think, with straps, and it's really, really cute, flattering on a lot of people. I haven't picked up any swimsuit fabric yet, but I'm pretty sure my local fabric store will have some. So next time I'm in there, I'll pick some up. And yeah, I've never sewed a swimsuit before, but I am up for the challenge. All right, next up, I want to sew a couple more fabricstore.com patterns, a couple of their tops. They have a really nice, just like kind of like basic boxy tee, as well as a v-neck kind of boxy tee. So I want to sew both of those. I have some really pretty light pink, it's like a really, really, really lightweight linen, I think. I bought it years ago and I haven't used it. But I think that would look nice as a couple of shirts. And the next thing I want to sew is the Seamwork Blake dress. It's a really cute tank top dress. I'll throw up a picture. And I have a really nice white knit that I have in mind for this. So, and finally, I plan on sewing the Seamwork Micah. It's a really pretty, I'll throw a picture, v-neck longer dress, but you can adjust the length of it. But I kind of like it as a longer like midi dress. And I love the fabric that they chose for the model. If I can find some that's that blue and white stripe, I think I'll get that. But I have an open mind for if I see some fabric that I think will look nice in that pattern, I'll get it. But that's a little bit lower on my priority list. But yeah, I think this list is gonna keep me very busy this summer, but I'm excited to add all of these things to my wardrobe. I'm kind of slowly trying to, expand my wardrobe, maybe make it a little bit more like mature, just have some nicer pieces that are more versatile. So yeah, I'm excited to sew all these and share them with you. So if you like this video, again, please be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.